You may be used to shopping for garlic all year round, but gardeners know that it's a highly seasonal crop. So I've come to visit a garlic expert to explore the different varieties and learn how best to grow them. Letetia Ware had a high-powered IT job for nearly 25 years before escaping the rat race and moving to Tassie. At her organic farm south of Hobart, Letetia supplies garlic bulbs to home gardeners who want to try their hand at growing the full range of flavours. It's likely that all garlic originates from Uzbekistan and Kurdistan in Central Asia and was traded to both Europe and Asia. Different varieties grew in different regions and farmers favoured types that suited local cuisine and tastes. The different varieties are called cultivars, meaning they've been produced in cultivation by selective breeding. There's about 100 different cultivars in Australia and more like 1,000 worldwide. And choosing the right variety for your area can solve a lot of problems.
So these are all your trial beds?
After getting flooded out, losing 8 acres, Letetia now grows all her garlic in raised beds. She's developed a few basic rules for producing a great crop.
So the best 4 tips I can give you about growing garlic is a really rich organic soil. Has to be really well drained.
Yes.
Garlic hates sodden soil. We have to have no wind, doesn't like to actually have wind, and at the same time no weed competition.
Yeah, they don't compete well.
Doesn't do well.
Usually a bunch of tiny bowls.
Would you like to go and try and plant some?
Oh, I'd love to. Can we do it now?
Yeah, let's go.
Excellent.
So Tino, here's a bed I've prepared for garlic. I've had a green manure mix in it 6 months ago. I've tested the pH, it's sitting at about 6.4.
Perfect.
Which is perfect, between 6 and 7 for garlic. It's got a lovely loose soil structure, and I'm ready to put some minerals in it and then get planting the garlic. So Tino, it's really important to make sure we've got a really healthy bulb, and the way to do that is to make sure that we've got a really healthy root system that's lovely and firm. We've got a strong white stem because that means the cloves inside are really healthy, and we want to make sure every single clove is lovely and firm. So when we're ready to break it up, we're going to separate the large from the mediums and the smalls. And here we've got a couple of mediums, and here's the smalls. We're not going to plant the smalls, we're only going to plant the large and the mediums. And we could plant these as they are right now, but I find a better way of being able to plant them is to soak them for 24 hours into a liquid seaweed. And this helps to get them germinating really quickly. The faster we can get them shooting, the healthier they're going to be. Do you know, when we're starting to plant the garlic, we need to make sure that we've got them in rows that are 15 centimetres apart for lovely spacing and healthy plants. And then inside each row, we want to plant them about 10 centimetres apart. Why don't you go ahead and pop some cloves down with the base down, and in the depth that there's about 2 centimetres of soil, down to your first knuckle. Just tamp it down to make sure it's not going to hop up.
Garlic hates competition from weeds, so once you've planted, mulch. Use a fluffy mulch and only mulch to a level about 2 to 3 centimetres. This will help to suppress weeds and keep a bit of moisture in the soil, which is really important in those hot, dry areas.
That looks well done. Thank you.
Lovely. Crop of garlic.
This usually isn't the right time of year to be harvesting garlic in Tassie, but Letetia has a cultivar in her greenhouse that's ready for picking.
So this is a subtropical garlic. It's normally grown in northern New South Wales and Queensland, but in cold climates with us, we can grow it in the greenhouse and get 2 crops per year.
Now, I'm familiar with the cool climate garlic, but how do I know when this garlic's ready?
Well, these are a Softneck, first of all, and so these are going to give you 2 clues. One is, as it starts to bulb, it's going to start to lean over, so you can see it leaning over. And then the second thing that tells us when it's ready to harvest is when it reduces from 12 green leaves down to 6. So when it's at 6 green leaves and leaning over, it's ready to harvest. So even though this was grown from a tiny clove, you can see it's produced a good bulb size.
With good clove sizes?
They are. Even the small bulbs actually have large cloves, which is a great thing.
So what do they taste like?
This one's delicious, but let's go back to the shed and have some tastings.
Yeah. What a selection. These are good representations of the different types of garlic.
They are. This gives us an opportunity to have year-round garlic. We go from the greenhouse garlic we've just come from, which gives us 2 crops a year, and early harvest garlic that gives us the next out available, some really good winter cooking garlics and some really good long storing garlic, so that again, year-round garlic.
Give them a taste.
Absolutely love to. Well, since we've come from the greenhouse, let's start with the greenhouse garlic. This is the Glen Large. But before we taste it, remember we have to activate that flavour and that aroma, which means that we have to bruise it, which is why we cut it or we mince it. So take that clove, just take a little bit of a scraping with the fingernail so we're not going to get overpowered, and pop it in the middle of the tongue.
Oh, that's really nice. It's nice and smooth.
It is. It's sweet, zingy, lovely garlicky flavour to it. Now, the next one, this is a French mesodrome, so the original French garlic that they would have used for winter cooking.
Yeah, good in those real hearty winter meals.
Yeah, sharp,
Yeah.
a little bit of sweet zing to it, but definitely a cooking garlic. And the last one, of course, is Tasmania's favourite, which is the Dungansky in a standard purple stripe. And this is recognised as the perfect roasting garlic. An incredible garlic to grow.
It is amazing to grow. And I love Dungansky.
It's sweet, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
gorgeous.
so nice. So there's a garlic for every situation and for every time of the year.
And in fact, every cooking style and every cuisine from every country, yes.
To successfully grow garlic, find out which variety does best in your climate, and then grow a few different cultivars and taste test the difference. This way, you can be enjoying homegrown garlic all year round.